Spy, the new Melissa McCarthy comedy directed by Paul Feig, is about this girl named Raina, played by Rose Byrne, who has this big nuke that is going to be blown up somewhere, and the CIA has to go in to stop it, but they can't because Raina knows the identities of all the top agents. So what they do is take Melissa McCarthy, who just speaks into Jude Law's ear. She has to go in and become a spy, and you know, since it's Melissa McCarthy, lots of antics will ensue as she proves to be a great spy. I was kind of worried for Spy because the trailers didn't exactly sell me. I really liked Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaids. I didn't see the heat, but after seeing the trailers and the reviews for Tammy, I kind of thought that her career was kind of downhill, but I thought she was good in St. Vincent, so I kind of had some hope for this movie. And I actually really like this movie, like, way more than I expected it to. This is one of the greatest comedies of the year so far, and that's saying a lot because we've had some crappy comedies, and Get Hard, even though I gave that a B-, that wasn't a perfect comedy, but this is great. Melissa McCarthy is fantastic in this movie. All of her jokes hit every single time. There's one part that just made me die laughing. And Raina, the villain played by Rose Byrne, she actually did a really good job in this movie. And is it just me, or is Rose Byrne kinda hot? It's she's kinda hot. Not as hot as Kendrick, though. Anna Kendrick is... yeah. And Jude Law actually played the role pretty good. He's like the James Bond parody, like, he's physically perfect, like, he's handsome, and he's one of the greatest spies at the CIA. He's kind of a James Bond parody. But the person who stole the show, Jason Statham, plays the funniest part in this movie. He does, like, Chuck Norris jokes, except about him, and he's, like, one of the greatest spies of all time, and he talks about how he had his arm cut off, and he used his other arm to reattach it, and how he's immune to 176 different poisons, and he knows this because he injected them all at once. He was hilarious in this movie. I laughed a lot during this movie, but the big, gut-busting, out-of-breath laughs came from Jason Statham's jokes. He was the best. I was so surprised to see how good he was in this movie. I've already talked about the comedy and how great it is. Another thing that I was very surprised of was the action. I did not expect Paul Feig to be this good at it because he didn't really... well, The Heat is kind of an action movie, I guess, but I haven't seen it. But now, after seeing this movie, I'm totally confident that he can direct a movie like Ghostbusters. Thumbs up to you, man. I still need to see The Heat, though. And there is a cameo in this movie that I actually didn't expect, and he actually delivered some funny lines. So that was a plus. As for flaws of the movie, Miranda Hart plays Melissa McCarthy's friend in the movie, and some of her jokes hit, some of them fell really flat. And the same goes to this Italian guy who's the actor, I don't know his name. Some of the jokes were okay, but then most of them fell flat. The majority of my laughs came from Melissa McCarthy's reaction to his jokes. And I think the movie went on a bit too long, because it is 2 hours. I think they could have cut it down just a bit. But overall, guys, Spy has great comedy, great action, great acting, great chemistry between Melissa McCarthy and Statham. All of them are so good together. And besides those two characters and the length being a bit too long, I actually really love Spy, and I'm gonna give it an A-. If you still haven't seen it, please do. Unless you're seeing Jurassic World right now, then alright, sure. But what did you think of Spy? If you saw it, leave it in the comments below. And I am going to finish Splatoon as soon as I, you know, start playing the new Super Smash Bros. Update. I need to do that. And as soon as I learn how to take down the final boss, because that thing is too difficult. So yeah, Splatoon coming soon, and Terminator stuff. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.